tired of being here and trying to be a productive member of society just to keep getting knocked down and get told no.
Who drove his car through the showroom of a Sandy car dealership yesterday is out of jail.
And he is giving his side of the story. News specialist Debbie Worthen spoke with him tonight. Debbie, what does he have to say?
Well, he is emotional tonight. So he told me he realized just hours after purchasing that used car that it had problems that he didn't feel like were disclosed to him at the time of sale. And he said he wanted his money back, and losing that money was the final blow in what he describes as a year of being knocked down and told no. This video of Michael Murray crashing his newly purchased car through the showroom is not something he's proud of.
I know me crashing into that car, into that building was wrong.
But Murray says he is drained emotionally, mentally, and financially.
I'm tired of being here and trying to be a productive member of society just to keep getting knocked down and get told no.
Employees inside the Tim Dolly dealership say these moments caught on video were terrifying.
I'm going to drive this car right through the front door. And you don't need to do that. Tried to calm him down again, but...
Hey, pause it for a second.
No, talking him off the ledge, per se. It's terribly...
You know, do you blame him? You mute it.
So I understand his frustration, but I don't think his frustration warrant his action.
No.
You get what I'm trying to say? Because the thing is, if somebody got killed, it would have been a whole different ball game. Thankfully, no one was hurt, no one was injured, everyone was able to go home.
Right.
He's able to have his life back. You know what I'm trying to say? So
now, me personally, I thought it was something. I thought it was something else. Honestly,
okay.
You know, I thought it was a dispute, somebody with a spouse or something, and because he seemed like he showed up to get it in to squabble up or something. But I mean, how bad are the car problems for you to actually drive the car through? You know what I'm saying? Like, how bad is the issues?
And that's what I think is they're trying to screw him. I don't think like.
I mean, we've all had issues with car dealerships.
Say it again.
We've all had issues with car dealerships.
Yeah, but not at that level. I've had, well, most of the
when
cars.
Is enough?
And that's the whole thing. I think that was the whole thing. They probably tried to sell him a lemon. They tried to pull a fast one on him. And
so it happened. We saw it happen. And now he's, of course, is wishing
he
it
got
never
arrested.
happened.
He got arrested in one and then released.
Right. Yeah. He got arrested and all that stuff. So clearly he didn't think this through.
He did,
right?
Because he told the guy he was going to drive the car through the front of the store.
Right. He didn't think it through. So now that he's done it, should he just stand 10 toes down and get whatever comes?
Well,
and can you be mad at the dealership because they didn't drive the car through there?
Well, he's going to be held liable. You're liable for your actions.
Right.
So he got to pay for it. But regardless of the fact, I understand what he did was a bold action. The bold action wasn't called for, but they gonna know not to mess with people, because now you got to remember it takes two. If he took his car out of rage and drove it through that front door, that sets the precedent. Like, hey, one, either that dealership is not trustworthy, it's a stain on that company.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm trying to say? So now, in order to clean up that reputation, because, hey, even though they ain't do nothing, their reputation is now on the line. Something happened to drive this man to the level where he had to drive his car through the front door. So are those people legit? Are they trustworthy? And now brands, you're talking about brands. You need to be trustworthy, friendly, and all of those things for people to come in.
I'm hoping we find out what happens at the end of this, because I want to know what ended up happening to the car. Did they just give it back to him because the car looked pretty damaged?
Yeah.
Was he able to get out of the contract? You know, all that stuff. So yeah, let's roll it and see where this goes.
frightening.
They say Murray had bought a used as-is car in the morning and came back emotionally charged, saying it was giving him problems and wanted his $4,000 back immediately. The dealership says they tried to work with Murray on options, including giving him a refund. Murray says that's not true, but still he regrets his actions.
I'm not the only person that's going through stuff in life. And maybe like my story getting out there of struggles will help someone else that's struggling not to do what I did.
Now, Murray faces several charges, including one felony charge. He has court tomorrow. He says he knows he has dug himself a financial grave at this point, but he said he wanted to share his story in hopes that others don't feel alone as they're trying to struggle and make it through life. I'll send it back to you.
Yeah, pretty brave of him to come out after this whole situation and actually speak what he believes and how he's feeling right now. All right, Debbie, thank you.
So,
Yeah.
I could vibe with him. You know what I'm saying? Even though he knows he got to pay for the consequences, but you could tell they try to run a fast one on him. They try to pull a fast one on him. You know what I'm
So
saying?
he had just purchased the car that day.
Yep. So you could tell, and think about that. He might have some. I don't know the law.
Now, let me ask you a question. Most dealerships, don't you have like a couple of days we could return it?
Yeah,
Like
I think so.
10 days, 30 days or something, or
Something like
I
that.
could be
Yeah.
wrong. I could be wrong. I don't know what the new rules are, but if
You
he
can
bought
return
it,
a car at any time
he bought it in the morning, and by evening he brought it back.
through the.
A-
I think he
and-
brought it back, and he tried to talk to him, and they didn't
Well,
want
obviously
to.
they spoke on the phone.
Well, we don't know what transpired, but I'm saying I
assuming.
think he had some kind of conversation
Allegedly.
where he wanted his money back, and they didn't want to give him his money. But in the reporting, they said they tried to offer him a refund. You know, they wasn't trying to offer him no refund, man. They lied.
No,
But
no.
you know, it's a stain. It's a stain on both his integrity and on the company, because now, hey, they got to repay all of that stuff. They can't blame him and say he crazy.
And
You know,
if it's happening to other people as well,
yeah. So
come out that they're scamming people, and hopefully they're not.
yeah,
But if they are, a lot more people come to the fight.
and that's the point. Is like at the end of the day, now I know somebody got fired on the inside. Trust me, somebody getting fired on the inside.
Man. Not necessarily.
Trust me. Who was dealing with him? What did you tell him? Why you tell him that nonsense? Trust me, somebody gonna get fired over that, because the reality is this: you could have simply waited, and you know what I'm saying, or they was giving him the runaround, and he wasn't having it. He wasn't having it. So it's like this, that's what people in business have to be careful of that type of reaction, where people are at their ends with, yo, you probably think this dude probably took his rent money, his mortgage, whatever, put it up to go to work,
Yeah.
and he can't get to work. I just gave you $4,000 where I'm thinking I'm gonna make it back in with like 2 weeks and I could cover. That's when people lose it, because like now
Yeah.
I got a car, it ain't working, so I've wasted 4,000 and I still gotta make it to work, and I can't make it to work, and I gotta pay this money. It's like, yo, they're at their wits end. But yeah, this one is
That's
yeah.
Listen, I'm not against what he did. I'm not for what he did, but
Yeah.
somebody's gonna learn today.
Exactly, but
Somebody's gonna learn today. That was a good one.
that was a good one.
I mean, I still wonder what happens to the car. Is the car okay? Did they take it back?
They gonna take it back. They gonna give him his money.
Do
Because
you
guess
think
what?
so?
At the end
Do you
of,
think they got refunded?
yeah, they gonna
They
give
just
they
give
gonna
that
say,
money right to the lawyer.
I think because at the end of the day, it's had to be something where they didn't want to take the car back, so he drove it through the thing, because it's
So-
one of those things. If he leave the car on the parking lot,
Right.
they could kind of tow it to where he lives. So it's one of the things, he just drove it in there, but it's not. Hey, none of those actions are right.
So let me ask you this. They are right. Do you think he gets off?
Well, he gonna have to pay for the building. He gonna have to pay for the building. It's
But
no
do you
getting
have to pay
away.
for the
Yeah,
repairs?
the damage. He gonna pay
Wait,
for the
wait,
damage.
wait,
It's
wait.
gonna be a push. It's gonna
So
be a push.
insurance won't cover that?
Yeah, it all depends on how they file the claim. Since it's so big, it's got some. Well, we don't know. I'm
That's
not
what
a
I'm
lawyer,
saying.
so.
Do you think he gets charged?
Yeah, with the what you call it, whatever they charge him with, but
Yeah,
like
but do you
driving.
think it actually goes through, or he just might do a little?
It's Christmas time, so the judge probably could be lenient. You know what I'm saying?
Because, like you said, if the dealership doesn't want this to be a stain, they'll kind of just brush this under the carpet and be like, "Hey, well, Merry Christmas." You know what I'm saying? You never know.